This week's Better Life story comes from an amazing Better Life power couple, Sav and Helen. Sav initially came to Better Life after his doctor gave him some serious warning signs about his health that were truly getting out of control. Among several concerns were fatty liver issues, insulin resistant, and very low testosterone levels for even a man his age, and they were significantly impacting his enjoyment of life. So, as Sav embarked on his journey, it was his wife, Helen, that was so amazed by watching his changes that she too decided to join in on the fun. Today, these two remain in the Better Life family as OG pioneers of the integrated protocol. They were literally in troop number one, and they still remain active participants in the Success graduate class, and they continue to make incredible strides in their health. Sav has lost a whopping 35 pounds. He's taken his blood glucose levels from almost pre-diabetic to being below normal or even in athletic ranges now. He has also made drastic increases in his testosterone hormonal health naturally. Helen continued to decrease her weight as she originally intended and is really mad at me because now she has to buy new clothes. Not only is their story heartwarming, funny, and impressive, but it also illustrates the synergy of life partners who choose to travel the Better Life journey together. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Sav and Helen.
Helen, and I'm Sav's wife.
And I'm Sav, Helen's husband. We're in Miami, and we're from the UK. I probably always struggled with my weight. I've got a terribly sweet tooth, and it got to the point probably a good 6 to 8 months ago where a couple of health things happened. You know, you're in your mid-50s and you realise you need to do something better. And everything you said was ticking the boxes that both me and Helen had researched and thought, well, this is the way forward. You know, having tried lots of different, and I'm going to call them fad diets, I'm going to call them, you know, fad regimes. They don't work because you end up falling back into this trap of gaining loads more weight again, and you don't feel good. For me, it was, this is what I've been waiting for.
You have to be there for your partner when you do a life-changing thing like this, because it is life-changing. And as I'm predominantly the one in the kitchen,
sorry,
you know, and this isn't as difficult by any stretch of the imagination as people might think it could be.
No, it really isn't. It's an easy life change with massive rewards.
You have to be in a complete mindset where you're ready to go. And that's where he was.
Yeah. So I think for me, it was going to the doctors, having my annual routine checkup, noticing that my A1C was high, pre-diabetic, using the BMI structure, obese, then going for an ultrasound because it was something that she didn't feel that she was very happy with, to find out that I had issues with my liver and my gallbladder, which then led on to issues. She wasn't ECG, that then got me some going to see a cardiologist. So effectively all of those things that came in a very short period of time was quite scary. And I just had this feeling that, you know, I had to do something to change things. So it's all right saying, doctor says we'll throw loads of medication at you, or we'll give you Ozempic and we'll give you this. And I just didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that at all. You know, all those health scares for me, it was what do I need to do to sort of give me some longevity, give me some good longevity, not longevity where I'm sat in a wheelchair or whatever that looks like. Retirement is coming up and you want to enjoy retirement for as much as you can, doing it for as long as you can. So for me, that was my catalyst, really. I can get into my smaller shirts, which is a nice surprise. I feel sort of generally more positive, if I'm honest. You know, the way I look, the way I feel, the energy levels, we're sleeping better, the change of mindset that actually when I first get up, I don't have to eat something. You know, the incessant snacking that I used to do in the evenings, I've not missed that at all. And actually that's been a huge light bulb for me, that I really thought I'd miss those sugar rushes, and I honestly haven't. I suppose before you come into it, you have this large degree of trepidation of, I think, getting your head around that. I thought, oh God, I don't know if I can do this. But actually, it's been so easy.
I feel a stone lighter and it's great. But I don't know what that is in kilos, sorry. And whenever you lose weight and you can get back into the clothes that you couldn't wear last week or, you know, 6 weeks ago, it's that's a different kind of adrenaline. That's a different kind of good feel. You have to break bad habits. And we are, even though we don't think we got lots of bad habits, we do.
Yeah.
And it's very evident when you start doing this, how many bad habits you've actually got. We've been together years. We can sit in silence for hours on end.
Because I always used to have this, when am I going to eat next? What do I want to eat next? And I haven't really had that, if I'm honest, which has been terrific. The journey, when you read it in black and white and you look at, on the face of it, it seems quite restrictive in what you can do, what you can eat, and you include exercise and looks daunting. But actually, it's so easy. And it's easy because of the routine. And the routine is the bedrock. So you get up in the morning, you have what's called opening ceremonies. And the opening ceremonies start you, on the right path for the day. And before you know it, you're at 10, 11, 12 o'clock. You're at work, you're not even thinking about things. You think that the food is actually restrictive, but if I look back on some of my diaries of what I've eaten, I've actually not been able to eat enough on some days, but felt as full as I was if I'd gorged myself during the day, snacking all of the time. I think for anybody that's thinking about doing this, it's a positive lifestyle change. It really is a lifestyle change, but it's not in any way going to cause you any sort of angst, any sort of missing out on anything. It really isn't. It's easy, and the benefits certainly outweigh any sort of negative feelings you think you might have it in starting on this journey. I've thoroughly enjoyed the last 6 weeks, and for me to thoroughly enjoy something where I've neglected foods that I've historically loved and eaten daily, not an issue at all, and I'm exercising every day. It's just so simple.
If you've thought about it, you've got to a stage, you're nearly there. So do it. If you've got to the stage where you've seriously considered it, you're ready to do it. The level of knowledge you've given us to really understand what we're doing internally, because externally is easy. You can see what's happening externally. You can see that you're losing weight, and it's the internal side that's probably more important than the external. The external is just a bonus, really.
The Bettr Life program, don't equate it to any other sort of slimming diet that you've thought about or regime that you've thought about, because it isn't. This is a lifestyle change, but it's an easy lifestyle change. If you thought about it, it's time to take the leap. It's time to jump in, embrace it, and the benefits are immense. I couldn't praise it enough, if I'm honest. He
has changed. My husband was unhappy with the way he was, with the way he looked, and nothing I could do was going to change that. This guidance and coaching and
Support.
Nurturing and support was crucial to him considering doing this. Just the way he thinks about this, there's been a switch has been flicked. Sometimes you go through life and motivation is a bit of a roller coaster, and you have to find the thing that motivates you. You've been that thing.